And this is Stop Skeletons reminding you to keep politics at
Let's party!
Welcome to the Whitehouse.
A few episodes ago, we highlighted a handful of From Software's, let's just say, diverse catalog, and the people wanted to know, why didn't you bring up Metal Wolf Chaos? What about Metal Wolf Chaos? How could you bring up From Software and not talk about Metal Wolf Chaos? And it's because we had bigger plans, because this is Punching Weight, a celebration of the weird, unnecessary, or ambitious, and we are dedicating this entire episode to this game, because anything less simply wouldn't be American. It's likely you've at least heard of Metal Wolf Chaos for the original Xbox. Its concept is pretty unforgettable. You are Michael Wilson, the 47th President of the United States of America. For those keeping score, in 2016 we'll be electing our 45th President, so we're in the not-too-distant future here. Freedom is apparently dead, according to the intro. Domestic terrorists led by the Vice President Richard Hawke have overthrown and seized every facet of the US government except for one lone wolf, the president himself. Fleeing to the West Coast, the president must take back the country, one military-occupied city at a time, but hey, it's all in a day's work.
Just another day at the Oval Office.
It is simply the most macho and patriotic game made about America, by Japanese people. There's certainly some fun to be had thinking about the real-world implications and the global political spectrum of the world of Metal Wolf Chaos, but it's so toothless in its attempt of genuine satire.
I'll smash it faster than a Florida recount.
So woefully uninformed about American politics or pop culture, and so unrelenting with its poorly written, stilted voice work.
Didn't you say you'd smash them faster than a Florida recount?
That moments that could actually be pretty offensive feel completely harmless. Yeah, take that, Lincoln! The result is Air Force One and Independence Day, but filtered through the prism of a bombastic mecha anime. Maybe I'm already burnt off by this election year, but this game is pure, unadulterated escapism. I wish politics were as fun as Metal Wolf Chaos. Like Monster Party and Illbleed, Metal Wolf Chaos is proof that charm can get you far. For all its crazy dialogue and story beats, this is a pretty average action game. Levels basically boil down to blast everything, and you're given plenty of weapons, but shooting is kinda weak and unsatisfying, and movement is really stiff. There's lots of flashy particle effects and debris, but the explosions feel kind of lame. It's also a pretty easy game. I played almost half of it before I realized there was health at all. Changing guns is quick, easy, and looks really, really cool. The way your shoulders fly open like that. The super attack is pretty rad, too. The music in this game is, I think, abjectly terrible. Like, it really rides that line between so bad and just bad. And also, shouldn't this credit scroll be a Godsmack homage rather than a James Bond ripoff? And the guitar in this song is just straight up off rhythm. Overall, Metal Wolf Chaos is a decent action game, but because it's in service to such a weird, stupid, outrageous concept, it gets the job done. The gameplay is just a vessel for the hilarious dialogue, borderline or straight up disrespectful jokes, and some of the best/worst/best dialogue in video games.
This situation looks pretty suspicious.
Oh god, Jody, you're the worst. For what it's worth, there's actually quite a bit of game here, with a lot of secrets, unlockables, and tons of level and situation-specific dialogue.
A musician was among the POWs you rescued. He was surely forced to play the ukulele on the beach.
It's worth heading to your local retro shop to get your OG Xbox soft-modded to play import games. The number one response a person might have after learning about this game is, why wasn't it released in America? And we actually don't really have the answers, but we did some digging and here's what we could find. Created in From Software's Otogi engine, Metal Wolf Chaos was released in December of 2004. With the Xbox failure in Japan and the 360 coming out the next year, it was a weird time and place to be releasing an Xbox exclusive. Tellingly, it appears to have been the only Xbox game shown at that year's Tokyo Game Show. Perhaps FromSoft felt that if anyone would be down for a parody/celebration of American culture, it would be Japanese Xbox owners. While reviewers at 1UP and IGN loved the TGS demo, the finished game didn't make a lot of waves in the US press. 1UP reported that FromSoft intended to publish it stateside in spring of 2005, but this obviously never materialized. And we don't really know why. Of course, one could speculate that FromSoft declined to localize this game because they were afraid of somehow offending Americans, but it's just as possible they just cut their losses after the disappointing US sales of Otogi 2. We don't know. Though it appeared as a secret unlockable demo in the 2004 holiday issue of the official Xbox magazine's demo disc, the magazine did not even have a write-up for the game, only a throwaway blurb on how to unlock the demo in the next issue. The game steadily built a cult following, but exploded onto the video game scene in 2012 when Two Best Friends Play published a Let's Play on Machinima. Afterwards, it began to make the rounds as top dog in the sparse list of must-have Japanese OG Xbox games to import. From there, it became common to see it in Most Patriotic Game Ever articles. In January 2016, Two Best Friends Play returned to the game, sparking new interest in Metal Wolf Chaos. The sudden spike in attention was enough to get noticed by From Software, and might have even been the reason for this tweet from Devolver Digital and the hashtag #FreeMetalWolf. By the way, the founder of Devolver Digital is named Mike Wilson. Coincidence? Either way, it would appear things have gone cold. Devolver has been mum on the topic, but recently Miyazaki said in 4Gamer that FromSoft is currently working on 3 titles: a dark fantasy action RPG, an entirely new IP that's gonna be, quote, slightly odd, and a reboot of an older title. Though it's possible the reboot is Metal Wolf Chaos, our bets are on a new Armored Core, but hey, no one knows for sure. Regardless of what From Software decides to do next, we're sure it's going to be some weird game that shoots for the stars and is incomprehensible to its fans across the pond. So for fans of weird games everywhere, we salute you, From Software, for fighting the good fights. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the show, let us know in the comments and share your favorite import games while you're there. And don't forget to subscribe. Stop Skeletons from Fighting is a Patreon-supported show. Super special thanks to all these fine folks. If you want to support the show and see your name here in future videos, click the logo and give what you can. Or just check out our other videos and tell a friend about the show. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again real soon. Happy America, America!